doing that which scares our ego and our operating system. There are certain things in my life, and I bet you in your life as well, that deeply scares you, but at the same time, you really long for and you deeply love, and it's what you value the most. Sometimes what the soul is here to do, the reason why we're still here, I'm still here, is deeply, in some ways, terrifying for the ego self, for the image of who I have made myself out to be through years of conditioning and programming. Yet, do we need to live by these programmings? Do we need to live by this image that we have imposed on ourselves? Is that really who we are? And is it nourishing? Sometimes what the soul wants, what life wants for us, and what life wants to do through us, what life wants to use our bodies for, will be terrifying for the false self, the ego self. That which we think is us but is not us. And so the answer is actually in doing that which is terrifying for the ego. Obviously, I'm not saying for us to just scare the shit out of ourselves. I'm saying the only thing that ever gets scared and trembles and panics is the ego, because it threatens its identity of who it thinks it is, of who it's built itself up as. And I'm not saying that we should override, the fear, the terror. I'm saying, let's act. Let me take action, despite, even with fear or terror, because I see that fear and terror is not what's going to contract me, hold me a prisoner. Because a lot of people might stop themselves in pursuing their passions and their dreams and doing the bold shit because the energy stops them. The terror stops them. The unwillingness to feel insecurity, rejection, failure, the unwillingness to face feelings, certain feelings. Like a lot, for me, it's, failure, rejection, insecurities. These are some of the feelings that for me are quite difficult for my ego to feel. Why? Because my ego doesn't like it. I'm not used to it. It doesn't make sense. But the thing is, we make feelings mean something about us, and they're not actually personal. They don't actually mean anything about us. They're simply there to be fully felt and to be welcomed, just like we welcome everything else. So it's really courageous and bold to take action, to take steps, to let our bodies and our vessels be used by life, to let life force energy use these physical forms that are our bodies to create a world that we deeply value and feel a lot of passion about. And most of us, if we're really honest, we all value love, we all value intimacy, we all value connection and harmony and peace between the sexes, and between sisters, between brothers and sisters, between all. And what a beautiful world it would be if all of us humans actually chose to step into living in a way where we are living in alignment with our highest, greatest values. And actually, for those of us who aren't very good at having a traditional job, or who really just don't want to, like, my soul is not here to have a 9-to-5 job. I have no judgments towards 9-to-5. I think that's awesome. It's just a big fat no for me. It feels like the exact opposite of what my soul came here to do. And so I've not really kept a job like that very much. I've had other jobs that are more untraditional and just different ways of manifesting material wealth or money, And one way that it can be done, and it's not done because the money is the goal. It's done because it's what the soul wants for us. And often when we live out the soul's purpose, mission, desire, it will bring about a very abundant energy. So money will just come as a byproduct. And that's not even the point though, because the whole point is the energy of living from the soul's fuck yes versus staying stuck and imprisoned in the ego's operating system and the self-image of, oh no, that's just not who I am. I've never been that, so why would I do that now? Why would I step out of my box of self? It's so comfortable here. It's so nice. Why would I go? And also it's safe. And also if I stay in this box of self, I will not have to face and feel the feelings that I want to avoid. I'm just speaking honestly and upfront here. There's motivations. There's reasons why I would stay in the box of self, this sense of self, this image, right? Because it feels safer. It feels like less risk. But is a safer, less risky life actually enjoyable and nourishing and fulfilling for the soul? No. And there's actually no true threat and danger. The only threat and danger that we're speaking about here, or risk, is the risk that the ego will die, that the box of self will crumble and we'll realize we weren't ever the box and we'll be consumed by the ocean of love. There is nothing to fear because the only thing it'll reveal is love. More of the truth that we and I and all is love. So it's really, really, I feel important for me to speak this right now because I just want to name this. I've been playing it very safe and small and not wanting to take any risks at all because I'm terrified of feeling certain feelings. And now my intention is to sit with feelings, be with feelings, not take them personally or over-identify with them because I am not these feelings. I am the loving presence and space that holds everything, that holds the feeling of losing control, that holds the sense of fear or loss or all of these kind of sort of like illusions in a way because, you know, fear is false evidence appearing real. Like it's all just mind stuff. It's not actually reality with a big R. And that's, I feel, what I'm here for. My soul longs to be here for reality versus illusions. The ego, the body, the person here, can be improved into living more in a way that resembles the true eternal nature of who I am. Why not improve and shift and change myself, this temporary expression of the eternal? Why not change it into a way of being that is more truthful to who I am eternally? So it doesn't actually really matter, but at the same time it does matter what we're doing here. But at the same time it doesn't. It's all meaningless. So I'm not here to say that we should feel shitty or bad or wrong if we're not shifting, if we're just staying in the same place, if we're just choosing to play it safe, if we don't want to do anything else but smoke weed on the beach all day long. I'm not saying that one place is better than the other. I am saying, though, that I find great joy in the journey of undressing and taking away layers of self, that which I thought myself to be, and really discovering more of who I am eternally while I'm still seemingly here in a body. You know what I mean? It's really exciting to me and interesting and fascinating and nourishing. I mean, it's kind of like being out at sea, out in the ocean, and just going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and discovering more beauty, more depth, even discovering new galaxies and new worlds. And it just gets more and more and more beautiful, I've noticed, the more I'm open to doing this. That's why I like this ride. You know, that's why I kind of sort of care about this stuff. And I don't want to care too much either. I don't want to fucking over care. I don't want to be fucking dogmatic and like religious about it. Like, self-growth, we gotta expand beyond the box of self. No. I want to be relaxed about it, not forceful. This is just what seemingly wants to happen actually through me. I'm not even really trying to make this shit happen. This is just what's happening. This is just the trajectory. This is the path, it seems, that for some reason my soul really wants to walk. So I'm just gonna kind of allow it, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna allow it versus continue to resist that shit or push it down or shove it down with a bunch of fucking Thai food or shit. Swedish shows, I love Thai food and I love Swedish shows, but sometimes I do use those things as ways to push down, suppress, and not focus on that which my soul is here to do. And it does require those stepping out of the box of self, which is, well, the box of self that has been is like, I'm not a facilitator, I don't hold space for people, I don't create epic events based on deep intimacy practices and revealing and undressing and just going to a layer deeper than where we might normally relate from. I'm not that type of person. I don't do that. I don't hold space for people. And it also, like, that's the box, right? That's the box. And then also, I don't feel feelings like insecurity or, I don't want to feel those things. I'm not going to feel those things. That's unacceptable. I will not feel those things. I will do anything I can to not feel those things. I will hide away. I will be small. I will just really make sure that I never have to feel those things. That is the box of self that I'm speaking of. You know? So to actually live my heart's kind of like deepest truth and passion and enjoyment and excitement, it actually is taking to step out of the box of self. And it's, in some ways, it feels like a little bit terrifying. I just want to name that it does kind of terrify a false self that I've identified with. And I want to say that I'm here to face that and meet that and not try to hide that there's terror involved or that there's fear involved in it. And, you know, as I speak it and as I name it and as I don't try to pretend that it's not there, the fear, the feeling scared, the feeling insecure, the feeling afraid of like rejection and all these things, or that no one would want to join the things I offer, as I name that, I notice that I feel joy and excitement bubbling up. I don't know why I feel joy and excitement bubbling up as I share that I feel terror to do certain things. I feel like maybe the joy and excitement is around not needing to fucking have it all figured out and all together and be fucking perfect. Not needing to sound perfect or better than what I am. I'm not better than, I'm not less than, I am just me. Same with you. You're not better than, you're not less than, you're you. And what is the real you? What is the authentic, most real, alive, vibrating, pulsating energy in you wanting to do right now? What do you want to live? What do you want to fucking do? That's the question. And I invite you to honor that shit and not put pressure, not put force, not fucking think that you're more worthy if you do these things. That's not the whole fucking point. That's not the point at all. We're inherently worthy. We're in the love of God always, no matter what. And I feel like there's a joy and excitement and a fucking turn on in this kind of thing. You know, really honoring, ourselves and the energy, the life force energy. It's honoring life. That's honoring God. That's honoring all that is in source and the most precious and beautiful. That which cannot really be named, but it can be felt. It can be all penetrating presence, you know, an expansive presence. So thank you so much for witnessing, hearing me. Leave comments down below if you have anything to share.